Love them or hate them, mobile MMORPGs are here to stay. They are some of the most popular, most successful MMOs in the entire market. These games are cross-platform compatible, meaning you can play them on PC, you can play them on your phone, which means you can play them on the toilet, you can play them in the bus, you can play them while at work when nobody's looking. Because they're so easily accessible, they're played by literally everyone, and every major studio seems to want to incorporate mobile functionality into their MMOs. But with 2026 literally a week away, you might be wondering what mobile MMOs you should be playing. That is where I come in. I'm going to walk you through over a dozen different mobile MMOs. Some of these are fully cross-platform compatible in the hopes that you might find something to play. Now let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to start this off with RUNESCAPE Mobile. This is a faithful port of the iconic PC MMORPG with a vast open world. It has a deep questing system. It has skill-based gameplay. It is fully cross-platform compatible, which ensures there is seamless switching between both PC and mobile devices. There is no autoplay. It features a classless system. It has a subscription for extra content. The one issue that I've always had with RuneScape, and also by extension RuneScape Mobile, is the fact that it does have dated visuals, and those dated visuals are not necessarily going to appeal to everyone, especially people that want updated games that look like, I don't know, Wuthering Waves or Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail. Moving on to number 2, Albion Online. This is a sandbox MMORPG with a player-driven economy and full loop PvP. It is, much like RuneScape Mobile, fully cross-platform with PC. There is a very large focus on crafting, trading, guild warfare. It also has a classless system where gear defines your role. It has a very deep, very complex customization system. Although, much like RuneScape Mobile, both these games started as PC MMOs, and thus the mobile UI can feel very clunky. It is also very, very repetitious, very grind heavy, especially without a premium subscription. Then we have Black Desert Mobile. This is one of the most stunning 3D mobile MMOs. It has deep character customization, much like its PC counterpart. It has action-packed combat, much like its PC counterpart. It offers life skills like fishing, trading alongside PvP, PvE. It is surprisingly very well optimized for mobile. It's very different to Black Desert Online. This game was built for mobile, whereas the aforementioned games, both RuneScape and Albion, were built for PC first and then had a mobile spin-off. This is a completely separate game to Black Desert Online. Thus, the Black Desert mobile game is optimized specifically for mobile. It also has a massive world. It receives a lot of updates. But much like Black Desert Online, this does have some pay to win in it, and there is a lot of grinding necessary. Then we have Blue Protocol Star Resonance. This is a reimagined version of Blue Protocol. It is an anime-style MMORPG. It features a bright, vibrant open world, fast-paced action combat, along with activities like fishing, crafting, raiding. It launched globally just a couple months ago, so this is arguably one of the newest MMORPGs that happens to also be cross-platform compatible between PC, Android, and iOS. I personally love this game. I think it's beautiful. It does have a severe lack of content present. I don't know if they're going to remedy that in the future, but just the sheer beauty and fun that the game seems to offer is something that just absolutely gripped me. It has a very flexible class system. It has solid performance on mobile. It is very highly rated if you look at the Play Store listing. It is engaging for fans of anime aesthetics like Genshin Impact, like Wuthering Waves. It is completely free to play. It has semi-balanced progression for low spenders or no spenders. Additionally, there is a significant amount of repetition involved. There is also, I wouldn't say necessarily aggressive monetization, but it's definitely not that friendly. Then we have ODIN Valhalla Rising. This is another recent release. It is a Norse mythology-themed MMORPG with a seamless open world. It launched globally back in April 2025. It features multiple different classes: the rogue, the warrior, the sorceress, the priest. It has large-scale PvP like the 30v30 Battle of Valhalla. I personally participated in the PvP. I kind of found it to be pretty fun. It is cross-platform with PC. It includes dungeons. It includes boss fights, raids. It is essentially what Black Desert wanted to be on mobile, featuring very, very beautiful visuals lore-rich environments, and full crossplay support between PC and mobile. Unfortunately, it is also very heavily pay to win, and the PC reception was not very good. It was not at all optimized for PC, and admittedly, I don't know if they fixed that, but disregarding PC, since this is targeted specifically at mobile, on mobile, it was very well optimized. I played this with absolutely no problem whatsoever when they sponsored me to play it. Now let's talk Raven 2. This is another new MMO. It's a dark fantasy MMO with a vast open world and very immersive storytelling. Like literally within the first 30 minutes, you see so much death, so much destruction, very hot waifus in all their glory, just ripping their clothes off, going all He-Man on your ass. It was released a few months ago. It features full cross-platform play. It features a ton of different classes. It is completely free to play. It has a decent form of progression for non-spenders, but a lot of the important things like the outfits are going to be gated behind high spenders, which means that it is going to be very pay to win. But as long as you're not really participating in the PvP, the pay to win isn't going to inhibit you at all. But disregarding the pay to win, it is still a very beautiful game, arguably one of the most beautiful 3D MMOs out there right now on mobile. And it just, the story, just purely from a narrative perspective, is so good. Yo, I don't mean to interrupt the video, but I need to take a moment here to thank all my incredible patrons over on Patreon whose support continues to allow for me to do regular videos like this every single day on this channel. Thank y'all so much, including our YouTube channel members. You guys mean the world to me. So do you guys as viewers as well. Now, without further ado, let's continue. Then we have TORAM Online. This is an anime MMORPG with a classless system allowing unique skill builds, offering an open world, lots of co-op dungeons. There is a lot of customization. It has an engaging story. There's no autoplay, which at some points is a bit of a detriment because sometimes you just want to auto path somewhere, sometimes you just want to auto grind some monsters. Due to the fact that it is a little bit old, it is a less complex version of MMOs that are currently available, and I don't think that's necessarily a detriment. I just think overall in the grand scheme of things, it definitely feels dated, kind of like Albion, kind of like RUNESCAPE, but at the same time, it's so free-to-play friendly, so high quality, and a staple of the mobile MMO genre that's also now cross-platform compatible via Steam, I think it is, on PC. Then we have Ragnarok Origin. This is a modern take on Ragnarok Online, the old PC MMO with 3D visuals, classic job systems, vibrant social features. It is nostalgic, but kind of fresh. There is a strong PvE and PvE variety of content. The gacha in the game, though, is not at all good. Not at all. But this is a sucker punch to the feels, because if you played Ragnarok Online like I did for like almost 2 decades ago, you're gonna feel that nostalgia. Then Diablo Immortal. I know not everyone likes Diablo Immortal. That's totally fine, but there's no contesting the fact that it's actually a pretty decent mobile MMO. It's a dark fantasy action game with pretty damn good looking visuals and dynamic combat. It's cross-platform compatible with PC, and there is a functional form of co-op dungeon crawling. It has quite expansive PvE, dynamic weather system. It's fully free to play. The monetization, once again, is definitely a little bit aggressive, especially when it comes to being competitive. But at the same time, in a lot of these games, you're not really going to be very competitive anyway. Then we have Adventure Quest 3D. This is a fully cross-platform compatible MMO with real-time action combat and an interesting cartoonish art style. An art style I think that has only ever been done like 1 or 2 other times. So it definitely has an aesthetic appeal that most games don't. There are diverse quests, or is a lot of community engagement and community events, and very little pay to win. But even in spite of all this, it is a very simple game when compared especially to bigger mobile MMOs. Then we have Tower of Fantasy. This is a sci-fi fantasy open world MMORPG with fluid movements. There is dashing, there is climbing, you have a jetpack, you can run up walls with the those little rocket boot things, lots of parkour. Honestly, in terms of mobile MMOs, the level of expression that you have with regards to traversal is unmatched. There's a lot of character customization in terms of your own visual appearance, along with the different weapons and builds that you can make. Not OG 1.0, but like after hitting, I'd say about 3.0. The game is, however, very buggy. The story is an absolute abomination, but the action combat for a mobile MMO is exceptional. There aren't really many mobile MMOs that have combat as good. And finally, Mu Origin 3. This is a mobile revival of the classic Mu Online with updated graphics, an open world, lots of exploration, a nostalgic appeal, PvP and PvE content, very, very smooth mobile controls, but there is an exorbitant amount of pay to win, and the game is very repetitive, unfortunately. I would have loved to have included Final Fantasy XIV Mobile in this list, but even though it was expected for 2025, I don't believe it has released yet. Thus, I guess at some point in 2026, if and when it does, I'll have to include it in a new list. You might have noticed that a lot of these games were overrun with pay to win, and while unfortunate, that's just the result of gacha, the result of monetization in mobile MMOs. There's nothing you can really do about it. You just have to admit that it's prevalent, accept it, or don't play them. It's really that simple. But these right here are a dozen cross-platform mobile MMORPGs that I think are definitely worth playing moving into 2026. You're welcome. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you are not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.